These are the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. They cost around 250,000, and for a fraction of the price, you can get this the Oraimo FreePods 4 for just under 40,000 naira. I'm going to comparing these two in 9 different categories. Let's see who comes out on top. So for packaging, they both went two separate directions. I'll give Oraimo a 4 for packaging and Samsung a 2 for their simplistic design. And now for the design category, they both have pretty nice and creative designs, but let's see which one is better. The Oraimo has a nice sliding case design, pretty strong too, and this two-tone black and white color, although it only comes in this color, so pretty dull. Then the Samsung comes in grey and white, but the white looks too much like Apple for me to recommend. It has this transparent cover and a blade-like design for the buds. I think I'm going to give 6 to the Oraimo and 8 to Samsung for design. And now moving on to features. We're going to try and connect it to a Bluetooth device first and see how long it takes. So opening both the Samsung and the Oraimo, let's see which one I'm able to connect first. So two of them were open at the same time. They are both open. Okay, so I've seen the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro now, and I am connecting. So the Oraimo can also pop up like this, but it takes a lot more time to show up.
2 hours later.
After so long, it finally worked. It was showing up on every device around me apart from this one. How does that work? It's meant to show up on multiple instead of just one. So that's going to lose you some points in features. So for its price, the Oraimo has the basic features, nothing too much but also not too little. It has noise cancellation, transparency mode, but that's all. But when you come here, it has everything you could ask for. It has this cool 360 audio feature where you're watching something, and once you plug in the two ears, if you follow the sound, when you turn right or left, the sound still comes from that direction. So if I were watching a film now, the sound will still be coming from this right direction. If I turn left, then the sound is only going to be coming from here. So it's like this. It's called 360 audio. It's pretty good. Then it has voice commands. So if I'm listening to music, I can say stop music and it's going to stop. But then for every feature like that, there is a disadvantage. So now someone else can say stop music and the music will stop. So why? How does that work, Samsung? How does that work, Samsung? Someone cannot say my music should pause and it should pause because it has there are other features now. So if it's on active noise cancellation mode and someone is talking to me and I respond back, it's going to switch to transparency mode. So meaning it can detect my voice. So why can't it detect my voice in a scenario where I'm giving it commands? Instead, someone else can tell my music to pause. So that is really annoying. And it also has real-time language translation. Sounds pretty nice, but not really useful to me. For features, I'm giving 7 to Raimo and 13 to Samsung. I would give Raimo more points if he had in-ear detection, which is really annoying. It doesn't have that. So for sound, I think it's pretty clear. The Samsung is definitely better than the Raimo, but it's not a generational gap or 5 times the price gap. It just sounds slightly better. You start to see more gaps in places like the active noise cancellation or the transparency mode, and it's still not too bad. I would say this is still pretty decent, but I would definitely pick this for sound quality. So I'll give 9 points to the Oraimo, 13 points to the Samsung. And for the next category, the microphones, this is where you start to see a difference. This audio that you're hearing now is from the Oraimo FreePods 4, and tell me how bad or how good the microphone is. I would probably sing, but I feel the mics won't do me any justice. I actually sound like Ed Sheeran on a normal day. Yeah. And now this audio is in a Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. I feel like I can sing with this one, but now I'm reserving my talent. This is a tech channel, not a music channel. But let's see how good is the audio on this. So rates compare the two audios in comment section. So in an environment like this, I would say the audio doesn't sound that bad. So I'll give the Oraimo 5 points and I'll give the Samsung 7. Just because the Oraimo actually sounds very bad in noisy environments. Because there are some AI features blocking external sounds in Samsung, but the Oraimo doesn't have any of that. And now for the battery, the Oraimo claims to have 35 hours with active noise cancellation off and 29 hours with active noise cancellation on. while the Samsung claims to have 30 hours with active noise cancellation off and 26 hours with active noise cancellation on. So both are pretty good times, but the Oraimo is slightly better. So I'm going to give it a 9 and the Samsung gets a 7 on this one. And now on to the next category, durability. Back to the sliding mechanism. This sliding mechanism, when I originally got it, I thought this would be a danger to the AirPods, like it would just break and that would be the end of it. But it has fallen down a couple of times and nothing happened. So I think this is pretty durable. The AirPods too, they are plastic but pretty strong. They don't have that many scratches. Unlike this is a scratch magnet. I think the body is metal, and I'm still afraid of this top. It looks like it can break very easily. But yeah, nothing has happened so far. So I would give the Oraimo a 9 and the Samsung an 8. Onto the accessories category. The shape of the Oraimo doesn't allow it to be as creative with its cases. And after searching online, I could only see one case, and I really don't like the case. So I'm going to give it a 1 for accessories. But this has a common AirPod shape, so accessories are quite common for the Samsung. So let's give it a 5. And now onto the last category, value. What are you getting for your money? To me, I would say they are both pretty good bang for your buck, or however they say it. This for 40,000 naira and below is a steal. Gets you everything you wanted. Before that, for 40,000 naira, you can see fake AirPods Pro, and trust me, you notice the difference between this and fake AirPods. Definitely don't go for fakes. Then for this price, it gets you everything you could ask for, but it's still pretty expensive. So for value, I'm going to give this a 9 and the Samsung an 8. And now looking at the total, the Oraimo has 58 points and the Samsung has 71 points out of 90. Those are both pretty good scores, and I'm highly impressed with the Oraimo so far. So what would I recommend? For most people, I would recommend the Oraimo. Most people won't need the extra features that the Samsung gives you, so I would recommend the Oraimo as the better overall option. If you like Jersey, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.